Hi everyone, here is the part B of the video on Enochian Magic. And just in case you have not watched part A, I suggest you go and watch it, particularly the disclaimer in the beginning, or the word of caution, or warning is more like it, where I basically tell you, and I'll repeat this in an abbreviated form here, do not mess with this crap. This is very, very, very serious stuff, this Enochian stuff. Um, it's not to be messed with. Um, and I suggest that if you're going to research this, don't go any further than just what you can get in this video and whatever you can get on Wikipedia, something like that, or a source like Wikipedia, or maybe a Christian source or something. Ordinarily, I would say, hey, don't just take my word for it. Go and do your own research, look it up and stuff. In this case, no, that can be quite dangerous um, because this is the deepest, darkest form of occultic magic that I'm aware of. And the non-human entities that you're going to be, that you could inadvertently invite into your life and the lives of the people around you are extremely, seriously bad. I don't know what they are, but anybody who dabbles in this stuff will tell you that this is very, very serious crap. And you don't want to go there if you unless you really know what you're doing, and that's for an occultist, but really nobody should be messing with this kind of stuff, particularly Christians. So don't go there. um, you know as as the guy, what is it, Jack Nicholson told Tom Cruise in that movie A Few Good Men, you can't handle the truth. This gets into some stuff that you can't handle and you ought not try to handle. So leave it alone. I can't state that strongly enough. All right. Anyway, moving on to Aleister Crowley. Um, now, Aleister Crowley, I've already done some videos on him. Um, I'm pretty sick of talking about him. I don't like him. It's a very Studying Aleister Crowley is a very deep topic, and I'm kind of really just really just kind of sick of the guy. So I don't want to move in. I don't want to go into much detail here. But I think when you're looking into Aleister Crowley, you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. Number one would be, where did he get this stuff? Okay, where did all his stuff come from? What was he building on? And number two, what was the point of everything that he was doing? What's the goal of all this? All right, here it is. Where did he get it? That's where he got it, right there. John Dee and Edward Kelly. This stuff that John Dee and Edward Kelly got downloaded from the Enochian angels, all written down with all these funky symbols that you see on this gold round shaped thing here in the middle. All this stuff in this very real written Enochian language, all these tables of, all these magic square type stuff. Okay, Aleister Crowley got his crap from them, and his work is a direct continuation of um, all this Enochian stuff of Dee and Kelly. You could almost look at it as like his stuff is the sequel to the movie, to the original movie. The original movie being this Enochian magic stuff with Dee and Kelly. What's the whole point of it? The same as it was with Dee and Kelly. The idea that by doing these, by opening up these 49 gates with all these calls and keys and stuff, by doing that, you are kickstarting the book of Revelation complete with an incarnate Antichrist. How do we know that Aleister Crowley was interested in bringing the spirit of the Antichrist into the world and incarnating it into a human body? How do we know that? Well, here's his book, Moonchild. This is a novel about essentially just that. Here's the plot summary from Wikipedia. I'm going to start with the word gray on the third line here. Gray, a person, is attempting to save and improve the human race and condition by impregnating the girl with the soul of an ethereal being, the Moonchild. All right. So some sort of a weird novel, which, by the way, is the novel that the movie Rosemary's Baby is based on. I can't remember the director of that movie. His name slips in my mind. But I haven't seen the movie, but it's a famous movie from the 1960s, kind of a cult classic or something. Or maybe it's an occult classic. Uh, the whole thing is based on this idea of the Moonchild. Um, so Aleister Crowley was was totally into this Enochian stuff. Um, his whole system was based on it, and his goals were the same: revelation and the Antichrist. Now, Jack Parsons, the guy that you see here on the left, the founder of the Jet Propulsion Laboratory, and his Scarlet Woman, um, this Marjorie Cameron here on the right. Jack Parsons was part of Aleister Crowley's organization, the AA, and he led up the chapter in California in his area. Um, Jack Parsons got the bright idea that he could actually pull off some sort of a real world, very real attempt at incarnating an Antichrist, something kind of like the Moonchild. So he and Marjorie Cameron tried this ritualistic sex magic type thing, and they were not actually able to conceive a child in this, but and this goes really weird. This is a very deep rabbit hole with this guy. This guy is the James Dean of the occult. One of the rabbit holes is something to do with Hillary Clinton. I'm going to let you look up that stuff on your own. I'm not convinced of that, but it is really weird and interesting, and it makes entertaining reading anyway. Um, but this stuff is just so weird. Um, Parsons and Cameron were apparently trying to actually incarnate uh, the spirit, the divine spirit Babylon, Bablon, into a human body. They did this ritual back in, I think, 1947, and it's crazy stuff. I don't recommend that you really look into this stuff. Um, but it's it's just a mess. Anyway, here's a write up from Wikipedia about his Babylon working, them trying to do this incarnation into a human body. All right. The Babylon working was a series of magic ceremonies or rituals performed from January to March 1946. I got the date wrong. By author, pioneer, rocket fuel scientist, and occultist Jack Parsons and his Scientology founder L. Ron Hubbard. That's the same L. Ron Hubbard of Dianetics. Um, this ritual was essentially designed to manifest an individual incarnation of the archetypical divine feminine called Babylon. The project was based on the ideas of Aleister Crowley and his description of a similar project in his 1917 movie Moonchild. All right, so here are two of the most famous, accomplished occultists of the 20th century, Parsons and Crowley. And what are they all about? A central part of what they are trying to do is the incarnation of a female divine spirit of some sort into a human body. Um, biblically, I think we could call that an antichrist. And this is all based on Enochian magic because, look, Jack Parsons got his stuff. He got his crap from Aleister Crowley. Aleister Crowley got his crap from these guys. And these guys got their crap from these Enochian angels. And what these Enochian angels were all about was kickstarting revelation and bringing on the Antichrist. And so, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. That's what Parsons was all into. And actually, if you read some of the stuff that an entity identifying itself as Hilarion revealed to him, and I'm not even going to tell you where to find this, but this entity Hilarion revealed to him, Jack Parsons, that their ritual of Babylon working had been successful, and it said some really bad stuff about Christianity, basically describing Christianity as the enemy and kind of scourge of humanity, kind of stuff like that. This is extremely anti-Christian type stuff. That's what all these people are about. Um, I think that maybe this ritual did not actually work because that's what 9/11 appears to be about. To me, the whole 9/11 ritual appears to be about bringing the spirit of the Antichrist ritualistically into the world uh, to um, to become united with a human body. That's what it seems to be about to me now. And what do planes crashing into buildings have to do with that? Well, that's the ritualistic death part. That's the human sacrifice part. Somewhere, some other place, maybe New York or some other place in the world at the same time, I'm guessing that there was some ritualistic sex magic going on. The whole point being to to incarnate some sort of a spirit into a human body. You can go back and watch my video on United 175 if you're interested in that, um, if you have not seen it already. But you know why I think that that's the case, but has to do with Aleister Crowley's Liber 175 on uniting oneself to a deity. United 175, uniting oneself to a deity, and then all this stuff that I've shown you in this video. The same ideas keep popping up over and over again as you look into this stuff. And I mean, all the way from John D to 9/11, it's the same ideas that keep popping up over and over and over again. And here's another place where it shows up in a very strange way. It's the movie Ghostbusters. Now, in this movie Ghostbusters, which is very, very occultic, you have particularly in Ghostbusters 2 the incarnation of a spirit looking for a young child body to inhabit. Um, you have you have kind of an antichrist opening of a pit or something like in Ghostbusters 1, with his Gozer the Gozerian coming out with his legion of spirits and stuff. That is straight out of the Book of Revelation. And then here you have Sigourney Weaver and whatever this guy's name was, I forget. Sigourney Weaver is the Scarlet Woman from the Babylon Working, and what are they saying to each other in this scene right here? I am the gatekeeper. I am the keymaster. I am the gatekeeper. I am the keymaster. Remember the Enochian gates, the Enochian keys. Okay, that's what this stuff is about. And it is shocking to me that I've only found one video that at all, and nothing in printed form, nothing really linking Ghostbusters to 9/11 and to Enochian Magic. But if you know anything about Enochian Magic at all, and then you watch the Ghostbusters movie, you will see it. It's just plain as day. And there's stuff in this movie that connects the movie to and Enochian Magic to 9/11. But I'm going to leave that for another video. I think I'm running out of time on this one. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you come back for more. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.